Trump is ordering the Pentagon to create a separate military branch to handle space. The president announced his proposed Space Force yesterday. It would be the first new branch of the armed services since the Air Force was created in 1947. Supporters of the president's plan say the Air Force doesn't give space the attention or money it needs. David Martin looks at what it would mean to have a Space Force.
The Air Force plans to conduct 50 space launches this year and already operates 77 satellites on orbit, including these GPS satellites which guide everything from high-tech weapons to everyday drivers. Nearly 40,000 Air Force men and women are currently assigned to space, but President Trump has told the Pentagon to set up a new branch of the armed services just for space.
We are going to have the Air Force, and we are going to have the Space Force.
The American way of war depends on space, which is why potential adversaries like Russia and China have developed anti-satellite weapons, a threat brought home in 2007 when China created this vast debris field by shooting down one of its own weather satellites. General John Hyten, the overall commander of U.S. Space Forces, spoke with 60 Minutes in 2015.
There's a significant call to entire military. Until that singular event, I don't think the broader military realize that that is something we're going to have to work on.
Sat on him had a bowl, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and reprove. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Breaking news. President Trump officially established the U.S. Military Space Command.
We're gathered here in the Rose Garden to establish the United States Space Command. It's a big deal. As the newest combatant command, SPACECOM will defend America's vital interests in space, the next warfighting domain. The United States combatant commands were developed to join branches of our armed forces in common cause across diverse fields of battle. Each of the United States military's combatant commands has an area of responsibility from CENTCOM, which oversees our mission in the Middle East, to our most recent CYBERCOM, which we established just last year to protect Americans from the most advanced cyber threats, and also to create very, very severe and powerful offensive threats should we need them. The dangers to our country constantly evolve, and so must we. Now, those who wish to harm the United States, to seek to challenge us in the ultimate high ground of space, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. Our adversaries are weaponizing Earth's orbits with new technology targeting American satellites that are critical to both battlefield operations and our way of life at home. Our freedom to operate in space is also essential to detecting and destroying any missile launched against the United States. So just as we have recognized land, air, sea, and cyber as vital warfighting domains, we will now treat space as an independent region overseen by a new, unified geographic combatant command. The establishment of the 11th Combatant Command is a landmark moment. This is a landmark day.
Right. All glory and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to the Most High of Yasharallah. And this is Uriah with IS Nation. A landmark day. Edomite Trump has officially established his space force, his space command. And I mean, we, as Israel, we know what's going on, man. We know what's going on. All of these prophecies are set in stone. The motion is taking coast. And these upper echelon, they know this. They know these prophecies. They see our videos. They see what's going on, man. They see the brethren out there in the streets, man. They see us declaring our Father's word in prophecy. And they know what's going on. To make war with our Mashiach, man. With Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But see, you devils will be destroyed, man. And we standing boldly in the face of those who afflicted us, man. You devils have no chance. It's over, man. You can persecute us, which you're gonna do. You can shut down this internet, which you're gonna do. You can demonize us, which you're doing. You can set up your space force, which you have done. But do you realize what you're going up against? You have no clue, you damn devil. So we declare this. You will be fucking conquered and destroyed. Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man, woman, and child, whose excellency mounts up to the heavens, according to Job 20:4. Not no damn Arabs, you stupid Negroites coming in my comment section. Stay out of my comment section, man. Because you Negroites have no idea what's going on, man. And the Father ain't dealing with you, man. I'm getting sick and tired of y'all, man. All you 2/3 is going to be destroyed with your fucking slave master, man. So let's get this, man. This Space Force, right? Another place of war. Well, let's see who you going up against, man. You damn devils. Let's see who you going up against. Let's get this. Salaki, let's go to Exodus 15:3. First of all, you think you doing something, man? You think you doing something, Esau, Edom? You think you can fight? You think you got the cojones, man? Right, so let's get this. Exodus 15:3, and it reads, the Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name, man. So our Father is a man of war, which he's coming back to judge and make war, man. When that sky crack, your Space Force won't help you, man. So let's get this. I'm just going to dump out these scriptures, man. I ain't got much to say. I'm heated, Yasharala. I'm heated. So let's do this. He's a man of war, right? Come, Yahweh Shai, man. Come, Yahweh. Destroy our enemies, man. Break them in pieces. Stump the residue of these heathens, man. Subdue them under our feet. So this is Exodus 17:15, and it reads, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nasi. For he said, because Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So that war with Amalek is coming, man, because our Father is a man of war. You know not his devices, you damn devils. But this is already proclaimed, right? You shall fight against our Mashiach, man. But guess what? You stand no chance. You stand no chance. So let's see. Let's go to Revelations 19. And I'm just going by the Spirit, man. I didn't plan this, but let's get it, man. Let's go to Revelations 19:11. Revelations 19:11, and it reads, so remember, our Father is a man of war. So what you think his son is? Revelations 19:11, and it reads, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness doth he judge and make war. So he's going to judge and make war against you devils, man. Let's keep reading. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, Salakia. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. You know why that vesture is dipped in blood? Because your blood will be sprinkled upon his garments, man. And he's going to stain his raiment, man. Right? You have no chance, Esau, Edom. And blood, right? And his name was called the Word of Yahweh. Watch this. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed with linen, white and clean, man. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations and rule them with a rod of iron. So wait a minute. He's going to smite the nations and rule them with the rod of iron. Don't forget that army that's going to follow him upon white horses. What is an army? What does the army do? They go to war, man. We just read where he doth judge and make war in righteousness. And his Father is a man of war. So let's get another one. I'm just going off the Spirit. Let's get another one. Because it's good that you establish your Space Force, Esau, Edom. Right? Because we see you strategically surrounding Iran. We see you arming all these nations, right? Your allies. We see Russia doing military drills all over the place, right? We see the UN gathering against his enemies and allying with his allies, man. We see Saudi Arabia, right? And Israel, so-called Israel, the fake-ass Jewish state, which you will be destroyed, man. You will be bombed, man. You will be nuked and set on fire, right? You have no chance, man. None of you heathens, man. You're not getting away, man. Right? So he doth judge and make war. So all these prophecies coming to pass is setting up for your destruction, man. Your demise, man. So let's go to Isaiah 66, man. Let's go to Isaiah 66:15. right? So this is Isaiah 66 and 15. And it reads, "For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with Salakia, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire." So he's going to come to render his anger. We just read that he's going to come and make war and judge and righteousness, man, with his army. When that firmament is cracked, man. Right? With flames of fire. For by fire and with his sword, or by his sword, Yahweh shall plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. So the slain of you Edomites that will gather against our Father, or the Messiah, Salakia, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the slain of you shall be many, man. Your jets, man, they're not any match for the so-called UFOs, man, which you call the chariots of our Father, man. You stand not a chance, man. And those things you call aliens, they're going to fuck you up, man. The angels are going to fuck you up, man. Right? So let's get another one. Let's keep going. So remember, he's going to come in the clouds, or with the clouds, with his chariots like a whirlwind. The so-called UFOs, man. Right? He doth judge and make war in righteousness. His father is a man of war. He promised war with Amalek from generation to generation. And by gosh, golly darn, you're going to get it, man. You're going to get that war, man. So wait, let's go to Numbers. Right? So remember all this, man. I'm just going up the spirit. This is just something, man, because I seen this, Yasha Allah, and I had to do a video, man. These Edomites, man. So this is Numbers 24. I'm going to start at verse 17. Numbers 24 and 17, and it reads, "I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not naught. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corner of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheph." Watch this. "And Edom," you so-called white people, who your biblical nationality is Edomites, you are Esau Edom, "and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do violently," man. So those 144,000 men who going to get that spiritual power, we going to fuck you up, man. And Lord willing, man. Lord willing, the Father give me the power, man. Because I'm coming for your ass, Esau Edom. I'm coming for your ass. You got to deal with our Messiah first. And if I get to you, you ain't going to like it, man. So set up your Space Force, man. Set up your Space Force. You're going to need it. You damn devils. And it reads verse 18. Let's read it again. "And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do violently." Verse 19. "Out of Jacob shall come he that have dominion." How is he going to have dominion? Because he's going to rule you with the rod of iron, man. After he smite the shit out of you, when he crack that sky and make war in righteousness, man. When he come with his armies of heaven, man. So he's going to have dominion, and shall destroy him that reigneth, or Salakia, that remaineth of the city, man. Watch this. "And when he looked on Amalek," so remember, he promised war from generation to generation with Amalek, man. So when he looked on Amalek, the Edomites, the Jewish so-called people, man, and all you Edomites, man, the Amalek is just the lead tribe or the head tribe of Esau Edom, but all you Edomites. So when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, "Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Why are you going to perish forever? Because he doth judge and make war righteously, man. He doth judge and make war, man, and destroy you, man. So let's get a few more and I'm out, man. Let's go to Psalms, one of my favorite precepts. Let's go to Psalms. I ain't going to make this long, man. Let's go to Psalms 110. Psalms 110. This is Psalms 110. It's a lot. Psalms 110. I'm going to start at verse 5. And it reads, Yahushai at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. Why is he going to fill the places with the dead bodies? Because he doth judge and make war. Remember, he looked on Amalek, and the latter end of him is that he perish forever, man. Right? He promised war with Amalek, Esau, Edom from generation to generation. So let's get two more, man. Let's get two more. Let's go to Genesis. Let's get this for context. Let's go to Genesis 1 and I think around 6. Bear with me. Genesis 1 and 6, and it reads, And Yahweh said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Remember, waters, right? Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Watch this. And Yahweh made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament, so beneath, which would be the waters on earth, the oceans, the seas, right? Which were under the firmament, from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So now there's waters above the firmament. We have the waters under the firmament, which is in the earth, like I said, the seas, the rivers, the oceans. Then we got the waters above the firmament, right? Now I'm reading this for context. So let's go to 2nd Ezra. Salakia. Salak. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. I think it's 15. 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and I'm out. Final scripture. Because you devils got one thing coming to you, man. You will not escape, man. Slavery is in your near future. Destruction is in your near future. Live it up, man. Like Leviticus 4 says, man. Rejoice and be glad, Edom. Because you ain't got long, man, for your destruction. And you will never live like you live now, man. So live it the fuck up, man. Right? Live it up. Invoke your Space Force, man. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is coming, man. Salakia, bear with me, Yasharala. This is 2nd Ezra. Salat. I thought it was 15. Salakia, 2nd Ezra 13 and 1. I'm going to start at the top. And after 7 days I dreamt a dream in the night. And behold, a wind arose from the sea and stirred up all the waves. So this wind from the sea was the waters above the firmament. Right? Just to get context, this is why I read Genesis 1 and 6. So this water that was stirred up was the firmament, man, or the waters and the heavens, man. When he's going to crack the sky, man. Bow the heavens, man. So this is the water it's talking about. And behold, the wind arose from the sea. This sea is the firmament or the waters. And stirred up all the waves. And I looked, and behold, this wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea. So this man that came up out of the heart of the sea is Yahushua, man. that righteous that doth judge and make war, man. That's going to fuck you Edomites up, man. Right? So he came out of the sea, which is the heavens. These are the waters above, man. Out of the sea. And I looked, and behold, that man flew with the clouds of heaven. So these are the chariots, man. What you call UFOs, man. He flies with the clouds of heaven. He's going to fuck you up, man. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And whatsoever he turned his face to look, everything under his gaze trembled. And whenever his voice issued from his mouth, all who heard his voice melted as wax melts when it fills the fire, man. So remember, we read in Isaiah 66 and 15 earlier, he cometh with fire, man, and with his chariots. Those are the clouds. Sometimes they're called clouds. Sometimes they're called chariots. Sometimes they're called horses. He cracked the sky. He was sitting upon a white horse. These are similitudes, man. Salakia. After this I looked, and behold, an innumerable multitude of men were gathered together from the four winds. So this multitude of men that were gathered together are these Edomites and these other nations, man. For your space force, which you're going to gather together to fight Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Were gathered together from the four winds of heaven to make war against the man who came up out of the sea. So you're going to make war against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But guess what? You won't prevail, man. To make war against the man who came out of the sea. So wait a minute. I know I said this in my last precept. Salakia Yasha Allah. But let's get, right? So these multitude of men came to make war against him that came up out of the sea, man. Which is the firmament, man. The waters up above, man. So let's get this. This is Revelations. Salaki. This is Revelations. This is Revelations 12. Revelations 12 and 7. And it reads, and there was war in heaven. So wait a minute. Let's go back to Ezra. Salak. Let's go back to Ezra. And behold, an innumerable multitude of men were gathered together from the four winds of heaven to make war against the man who came up out of the sea. So a multitude of men were gathered together to make war with him that came out of the sea. Right? From the four winds of heaven. Let's go back to Revelations. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, man. So that dragon and his angels are the innumerable multitude that came against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who came out of the waters or the sea. So let's read that. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra again. The man who to make war against the man who came out of the sea. And I looked, and behold, he carved out for himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And I tried to see the region or place from which the mountain was carved, but I could not. So this mountain is the clouds. Remember, he cometh with clouds, right? With his chariots like a whirlwind. His clouds, his chariots, these horses, these are the so-called UFOs. They're similitudes, man. And you Negroes don't understand the Bible, nor you Christians, man. You don't know what's going on, man. Right? Verse 8. After this I looked, and behold, all who had gathered together. So this is the dragon and his angels, right? Which we've just read in Revelations 12. So all who had gathered together against him to wage war with him So remember, he doth judge and make war, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's a man of war. He's setting you up, man. You're the ultimate pawn piece. Do you see this, man? Of course you're going to make war with him because he's setting you up. He's the ultimate war machine, man. To wage war with him, we're much afraid. So when this invasion comes, you're going to be much afraid. When this so-called alien invasion, y'all going to be afraid, man. All the technology you have, your Space Force won't compare, man. We're much afraid, yet dared to fight. And behold, when he saw the onrush of the approaching multitude, so when Yahushua looked, he like, man, what the this is nothing. This is a cakewalk, man. The onrushing multitude, he neither lifted his hand, nor held a spear, nor any weapon of war. But I saw only how he sent forth from his mouth, as it were, a storm of fire, and from his lips a flaming breath, and from his tongue he shot forth a storm of sparks. All these were mingled together, the stream of fire and the flaming breath and the great storm, and fell upon the onrushing multitude which had prepared to fight, and burnt them all up, man. So remember, like I said, we read in Isaiah, he's going to come with fire and with his chariots. Right? So this invasion, your Space Force are not ready for. One more, and I promise I'm out. Let's go to Habakkuk. Salakia. Let's go to Habakkuk. Last one, Yasharala. This is Habakkuk 3:16. Final scripture, and it reads, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. So this day of trouble is gathered for your nut-ass Space Force, man. For the day of trouble, when he cometh up unto the people. So when Yahushua returneth with his chariots like a whirlwind, right? So when he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops, man. Remember, in Revelations 19, his army followed with him on white horses and white linen, clean, right? So with his troops, he's going to invade, man. He's going to invade with his troops and his army, man. So prepare your Space Force all you like, man. You devils are going down, man. Prophecy is set in stone, man. And we're going to prophesy against Mount Seir. You damn devils. And all you Negro-lights, stay out of my comment section. You have no idea what's going on, man. And the Father ain't dealing with you niggas, man. All glory and honor goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All praises to the Most High of Yasha Rala. And remain spiritual, for it shall come. Remain spiritual.
One that recognizes the centrality of space to America's national security and defense. Under General Raymond's leadership, SpaceCom will boldly deter aggression and outpace America's rivals by far. For 35 years, General Raymond has led and commanded space operations at every level in the U.S. Air Force. Molly, I hope you're very proud of him. I'll bet you are. I am too. He's a warrior who has integrated space capabilities to make our military even stronger and to pave the way for a new era of national defense.
What if all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by an outer power from outer space, from another planet? Wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and wouldn't we come together to fight that particular threat?
He shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
John Chancellor, way over.
Right now, one thing is clear. The world is at war.
I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled?
1846 Pacific Standard Time. 12 different locations across the globe were reached in what appears to have been a coordinated attack by an unknown enemy. All creatures were along the coastline in what is a campaign of rapid dominance.
Only moments ago, New York has come under attack. Witnesses claim to have seen hundreds of UFOs. It's opening fire!
What is that?
I believe that the flying saucers are objects from another
The Navy
planet.
has no saucer-shaped aircraft or missiles.
There's no good reason for keeping this secret for 3 decades.
The government's been lying about UFOs for 50 years.
What is that? Okay. 5, 6, 7 right. You guys ever seen anything like this before?
That's one object.
They zoom in on it.
Yeah. Zoom in, Mom. That's definitely not a plane. What do you think that was?
I know.
That was the Air Force, Dad.
Well, I hope it was our Air Force.
Hundreds of residents are reporting strange light in their skies.
Are those stars? Oh my God. Stars don't move like that.
Okay, what the hell was that?
Oh my God. They're UFOs.
As nuclear fallout over the Pacific.
An entire American city.
Green poison. Central Park has been converted to a mass burial ground.
Power outages, gas line leaks, fires. The government's expecting another night of widespread looting.
People of New York are begging.
What would happen?
First responders are either dead or sources of energy. Treat us like animals.
It's not our job. We're not trained.
Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Moments ago, New York has come under attack. Witnesses claim to have seen hundreds of UFOs. It's opening fire!
And then shall appear the Son of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straightened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division.